It's time to check in once again with Cardano, ADA Coin, perform our usual technical analysis and make some predictions on where we can expect to see the price of ADA go in the next few days, weeks and months. Let's get into it. How's it going, guys? Ryan here and welcome back to another crypto video. We're once again checking in with the ADA coin, also known as Cardano. We're going to perform our usual technical analysis using some basic indicators in order to make some educated price predictions for the next few days, weeks and months. But before we get into that, guys, please remember to leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy today's video, and if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on bell notifications. We cover crypto, investing, stocks and wealth management. I'd also love to know your thoughts on ADA coin down in the comment section below. But without any further ado, let's jump straight into the computer. Welcome into CoinSpot, guys. If you're looking to buy the ADA coin or any other cryptos, there is a link down in the description of this video to sign up and get buying straight away. But let's deep dive into what Cardano's done over the past week or so. Well, first things first, we're obviously in the hourly chart here, and one thing that hasn't occurred, which has occurred with many other cryptos, is we did not see a large increase in not only volume but also the value of Cardano in the past week or so. Coins such as Bitcoin, coins such as Luna, they've really been pumping quite hard. Obviously we saw a small bit of a pump here for ADA coin, but unfortunately that was about it. I'm going to just go straight into the daily chart and we're going to, I suppose, start mapping out based on there. So first things first, let's just establish our key trend right from about, I'd suggest here is a great point to work out exactly where we're sitting. Now, something that is really quite positive is that we have gotten past this major downtrend, which I think is being quite prevalent for us, which in my opinion is quite a large milestone. You can see this has occurred right here on the 25th of the 7th, and that's when we broke through the $1.70 mark Australian. Great stuff, and we managed to maintain that position, and we're still, I suppose, sitting at $1.77. We did see a big pump in a lot of the cryptos, and ADA did get a bit of a pump as well, but it only went up to $1.96 max and then ended up coming back down anyway. So it was relatively relaxed when we compare it to a lot of other cryptos that were going off at the moment. So obviously now we've got this trend line which has been broken. This will act as a support point for the ADA coin moving forward, so that is good news. But where are we from, I suppose, your typical horizontal support and resistance perspective? Well, let's put the first key point of resistance in place, and it is, I suppose, roughly sitting at exactly where we touched previously. That was a key target for us to test once again. It did occur, but unfortunately, as you can see, we have not managed to break through it, and that was at $1.97, roughly almost $2 effectively. Reason that's a key point is you can see all the price action that has occurred at that level in the past few months. So obviously there's a lot of buying pressure, a lot of selling pressure that occurred at that point, so it's a major point of resistance for us. Where does that leave us from a support point of view then? Well, right now obviously we do have this trend line, but I'd suggest we would have quite a bit of support sitting at roughly $1.70 due to the fact, same thing once again, we've seen plenty of price action at that point. It's bounced off $1.70 above and $1.70 below many times. So we're in, I suppose, another channel. What is good to see is that we are now seeing higher highs and lower lows over the past week or so. We're moving in the right direction. What we're not seeing and what we do really need to see is this volume pickup. As you can see, not much going on from a volume perspective. If we want to start really moving, we need the volume to start pumping. Key target now will be pumping through this $1.97. I'd suggest $2 mark and start moving for the next leg up. We have done, I suppose, plenty from a consolidation point of view between the ranges of, roughly $1.35 all the way through to this $2 mark. So I think we're really going to start moving if we see the volume come through. That's, I suppose, the key point for us. Now, let's just bring in a few of the moving averages that we always like to have a brief look at. The 20-day moving average being the shortest term, our middle one being the 50-day moving average. I'll just make that one red, and then finally we'll bring in as well the 200-day moving average just to see exactly what's going on. Good news and bad news. Good news is that we have seen that this 20-day moving average was breached and we've managed to get through it, which was going to act as another key point of resistance, especially with it sitting on these trend lines here. So that is quite positive. One thing we do really need to try and get past now is this 50-day moving average we see in the red, which is currently sitting at $1.80 roughly, sitting just below it now at $1.76, but it has been tested over the past 3 days, as you can see by these green candles here. That will be a key point for us to break through. Ideally, what we'll see if that does occur is this 20-day moving average start to move upwards, and this 50-day moving average results in it being crossed over, which is a golden cross, which basically indicates we've seen a reversal in the short-term trend. What we don't want to see is this 200-day moving average coming up and crossing either the 20-day or the 50-day moving averages, as we're all very, very well aware. So fingers crossed that doesn't occur. If we start moving upwards and we start seeing a bit of strength come into ADA Coin, Cardano, let's see what happens, but I don't think we're going to experience that scenario where the 200-day is crossed by the 20 or 50-day moving averages. Let's take a look now at the MACD just to see the direction of the momentum, and obviously, as you can see, nice little cross here, which is why we started moving. We broke through some key points of resistance that were in place, but now we're starting to flatten out a bit. I would hope to see that possibly we start, seeing that volume come in and it continues, but the likelihood of that occurring is not that high. I'd typically expect to see we'd see a decrease, maybe a very shallow divergence, and then converging back over the top in order to, I suppose, consolidate above this mark here at $1.70. That's probably the more likely situation before then going on to test that 50-day moving average line. Now let's just bring in one more indicator, the RSI. I want to see exactly what's going on here. No surprises though. We were obviously very oversold when we'd hit this low point on the 20th of the 7th. We'd have a period of a couple of weeks of sell downs that had occurred and resulted in us unfortunately going into the oversold section, but we've since recovered and we're sitting basically smack bang on 50, dead center. We can move either way, up or down. Hopefully we see some volume coming in and we start moving upwards though. Plenty of headroom to do so, and it looks like a bit more confidence coming into the overall crypto market as well. So wrapping that up, what is the target for today's video? Well, the target for today's video, in my opinion, is to A, stay above that key $1.70 mark, but also, I'm just going to bring it in one more time, the moving average at 50 days. That will be our first point of contention that we need to really get through. That's sitting at $1.81 there. Break through that and hopefully then be able to test, $1.96, $2 roughly within the next couple of weeks. I'd love to know your thoughts on ADA Coin and Cardano down in the comment section below. What do you think the coin's going to do in the next few months, and what do you think about Cardano's potential future? If you did enjoy today's technical analysis, please remember to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing and turning on those bell notifications to see more crypto, stock market investing and wealth management content. I'll leave it there, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.